And now for more of the Stalebread Podcast with Mike, Keller, and me.
I think, he was a crazy cocaine taking genius.
Holy man.
I slept for like 11 straight hours.
I woke up early, played video games, worked from home, answered some calls, and relaxed. I look like a fucking old cowboy every time I walk. Like, it's been 3 days, we still haven't found the trail. Fucking God.
It's filled with dysentery.
So, let's start with that. Huh?
You died of dysentery.
You guys want me to tell you all about my nuts?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I want to hear about this.
Yeah. No context. This sounds pretty gay.
It's been one of those days, man. Just every single.
Are they
every single
oval?
comment.
Are they round and smooth?
No, had my vasectomy yesterday, and my brother took me because they won't let you do it unless you have someone who can drive you home, just in case. And man, I'm fucking glad I brought him. So we go back, and I'm in this procedure room, and this nurse comes in, and she's a pretty good-looking nurse.
Oh, boy.
So I'm like, great, this is nice. Make it just one level more awkward. She tells me, hey, pull your pants down below your knees and hop on this table. So I'm like, okay. I pull my pants below my knees and go to hop on the table. I'm like, this is awkward. I'm an overachiever. So I took them all the way off and hopped up on the table.
Did you tell her that? Because that was definitely your style.
No, but I got more for you. You know how my dick was having a bad day. You know how you got those days where
Gerald wasn't feeling well today.
You don't have to fluff it. You don't have to touch it. You just pull your pants down and your dick's like, I'm ready to win an award. It's just out there. It looks the best it can.
The nominees are.
Yeah, I was the exact fucking opposite. On Total Recall, the bad guy, he lifts up his shirt and he's got that growth human coming out of his stomach. That's what my dick looked like. It shrinked in. It was probably sticking out about a half inch, just sitting there, all arms open. Yeah, feed me. Fuck it.
Trying to recede into your uterus.
Yeah.
You know what I pictured? I pictured Dana Carvey from that movie where he's the turtle. He's like, I'm not turtle enough for you.
All could be used to describe my dick. But to make matters worse, they want you to shave before you do this. Of course, any kind of surgery, they want the hair gone. So normally I'll use Veet. Veet works nice on the balls, gets them all nice and dolphin skin smooth. Well, I couldn't find any Veet, so I grabbed Nair. I'm like, fuck it, this'll work.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I did. So I go to wipe the shit off, and ow, fuck!
Yeah.
I chemically burned my nutsack. So let's skip forward. This lady's got me with my pants off. I'm laying there on the bed with my dick looking like it's
And you're just raw as all get out from the chemical burn.
Oh,
sure.
yeah, it was definitely not my best day, or my dick's best day at that. So I'm laying there, balls out on a drape, all exposed, and they got these pictures. They've got diagrams on the walls of the female and male reproductive orgasm, or blah, 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 diagrams of that shit. But I'm still a little loopy, man. But I'm sitting there looking at them because, hey, what else is in there? The doctor comes in and just trying to break the tension a little bit. I'm looking at this thing and he sees me. I'm like, oh, that's where the clitoris is.
I like this guy already.
He starts laughing and he's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, man. Oh, just hanging out. So he grabs my it gets all ready to go. They put the topical spray on to numb your sack, and then he takes this needle and shoves it into my cum tube. My vas deferens. I felt that shit.
Oh.
And he pumps lidocaine in the motherfucker, and man, it feels like someone's grabbing your balls and pulling them away from your body. You know how you feel that shit in your gut? I felt all the way through. But then, you know, he gives it some time, and he and
Oh,
this
God.
nurse are just having conversations, real awkward conversations. To be honest, I don't really know what they were talking about, but it was making me uncomfortable. I was focusing on the fact that there was a hole in my nutsack, and this guy was pulling my tubes out and fucking clamping off both sides and snipping with the scissors. Every now and then he'd say, "Do you feel that?" I'm like, "You talking to me?" "Yeah, do you feel that?" Like, "No, I don't think so." I had to sit there for a minute. I'm like, I want to make damn sure I don't feel this. Because once he cuts, if I'm wrong and I do feel this, this is going to fucking suck. So he does all that. And then,
What were you watching?
no, I was laying down. But
Okay.
I want to add, when I first laid on this table, you know, I laid back on the table and I put my hands behind my head, and then the nurse started, you know, touching me down there and adjusting me. I'm like, this feels a little too comfortable. It's awkward. Let me not put my hands behind my head like I'm about to get serviced. So I had my hands on my chest, gripping each other. Because I mean, the tugging and all that, it wasn't painful, but it was very uncomfortable. And then everything was said and done.
Oh,
The doctor said, "You're good." The nurse was letting the table down and all that stuff and helping me sit up. And she's taking the gauze and putting it on my pathetic little fucking balls. And she lifted tiny old Jimmy up so that she could wedge the gauze underneath. And I'm just sitting there looking at my fat fucking pathetic stump dick, you know, just realizing, what have I done? I've just mutilated myself. He's looking up at me. "You son of a bitch. I can't fucking believe you. Everything we've been through."
Regret?
In the moment, regret, yes.
Yeah.
But
in the long run,
Yeah.
and not 35 kids later.
yeah, I go out in the waiting room. My brother's
Excellent.
sitting there, and I put on a show. I'm like, "Oh man, I need your help. This hurts so fucking much, man." And he goes, "Really?" I'm like, "No, I'm fine, man. I can't feel shit." Yeah, I wanted him to come because he's thinking about getting his done. So I'm like, "Fuck it, man. We're brothers. Come with me. If they let you back in the room, I don't mind. Just sit behind me, you fucking weirdo." Uh, but they didn't let him, which is kind of nice. That would have been a little uncomfortable, more so than it already was.
Yeah, can I watch? This would be awesome.
Hey, brother, get over here. Hold this up.
Hold this little tiny dick out of the way.
This all should be normal. Remember when I raped you?
God damn it, man.
Had to get it in.
Did you get a treat afterwards?
No, honestly, I didn't want any food. I didn't want any drink. I was scared to even look at it.
There's not one thing that you might have wanted?
No.
Not one very cold thing you would have
Well, I
wanted?
was still numb at that point. I just wanted to fucking lay down somewhere.
Well, I know what I would have got. I
Me
would have got
too.
Bluebell ice cream.
Me too.
You
I
bastard.
hate to say it, but no. I didn't even want that at that moment.
Listen,
Uh,
yes, you did. Yes, you did.
it's good for all points of your life: vasectomies, abortions, divorces, getting married. It fits in anywhere. Bluebell ice cream, and they have it on sale at Walgreens right now. And there's 2 new flavors. It's ooey gooey cake and A&W root beer.
A&W
Go check it out,
root
people.
beer. Yes. A&W root beer. I think I'm gonna have to try it. I think I'm gonna have to try it, even though I'm on this diet.
Hey, that rhymed.
I'm looking for the ooey gooey cake. That's what I'm looking for.
You said that was at Walgreens?
Well, that's where it's on sale right now that I noticed. It
Okay.
switches back and forth between Walgreens and a grocery and back to Walgreens. It's like every other week, pretty much.
Okay.
Well, we should have got some so that we can get on this conversation. Mike, you were talking about your dreams and how you can build them.
Inception style. Yes. So it's basically it's lucid dreaming, and we had talked previously offline about how you're able to control your dreams. And me being a sufferer of anxiety and depression, I went through a large spat there where I was having horrible nightmares, just absolute, death, destruction, killing, rape. Yes, actually, believe it or not.
I believe it.
And it was, I was waking up having just terrors, absolute night terrors. And being the proponent of therapy that I am, now I started talking to my therapist about, what's going on. Why am I having, these nightmares, these things happening to me? And after, a couple sessions and things, he actually told me that you can control these things. I said, no,
Fuck out of here,
no,
Leo.
I can't. So he says, no, you can. Essentially, you get into your REM sleep, and you basically before you get into your REM sleep, as you're going to sleep, you essentially put yourself in a place where you want to be.
Mike, let me stop you for a second, because we'll dig in a little later about REM and all that good stuff, the different levels. But for the people that don't know that right out front, what would you classify as REM? Can you put it in layman's terms?
It's very vivid. For me, it's the sections that I remember.
Gotcha. When do you get there in sleep?
Generally, I would say probably when I get into my deepest sleep, at least 90 minutes to 2 hours in.
Okay, that's when you hit REM.
Yeah, for me it's around that time. But now, and that was, again, it was uncontrollable at first, so I had to learn that things are controllable. And what you do to get into that position is just put yourself in a place where you want to be, and bring those thoughts in about 45 minutes before you start to go to sleep. And what you are watching on television, what you're reading about, what you've thought about all day, in a way, it is like Inception. You are bringing and building something into this world that your brain has created.
So what you're saying is, just to kind of touch up on what you've said, it's almost like a form before you go to bed. It's crucial before you even get in that bedroom, maybe an hour or 2 hours before bedtime, start getting into the positive vibes, start putting on, I don't know, watching Bluey on TV, something lighthearted. Doesn't have to be Bluey, but getting stoned and watching Bluey's a fun pastime.
For me, it's the last 45 minutes of the day before I get it.
Would you say you go into almost a light form of meditation? Not full-blown meditation, but just like a light form of it?
I do meditate, actually. I do meditate. I pray.
Okay.
That's on before I go to bed. That's one of my things. And it brings me into a place where I'm calm. That's been the biggest thing for me. That's been the biggest addition to my rest, is being calm, because of the anxiety that I discovered that I have. Being at ease has been the biggest gain for me in my rest.
So what was one of your latest dreams?
One of my latest dreams. So I have built a world I go to in my dreams. It's a
dildos.
Yes, a forest of dildos.
That same dream.
No, it's kind of a cross in between a forest and a metropolitan kind of New York City feel where I'm always on the edge of the forest, but I can see the skyscrapers. I've built it to the point where I have landmarks, highways, all sorts of things. The lighting is always a bluish purple tint to everything. People don't have faces. That's pretty common for most people's dreams.
But do you know them by certain people, even though they don't have
Yes,
faces?
there are certain people that do have faces, and they're people that I know.
Am I in your dream?
No, sorry,
No,
not anymore.
I wasn't in an alleyway talking about raping you. Nothing like that.
No. My latest dream was me driving to New York City and driving through, like, basically like sitting on that edge of the forest and driving, and everything in the dream goes upward. So if I'm going, towards the city, it's not just a flat drive. You're actually kind of almost going straight up.
So you pull that whole Rascal Flatts thing seriously, that whole life is a highway shit. Just driving that all
You're
night
gonna go
long.
my way.
Yeah.
You don't do fun activities in your dreams. You just on the highway.
Yeah. Well, some things aren't that controllable.
Can you pick your drive music? You listening to REO Speedwagon or something?
No, there's no sound.
No, that's
sound.
a boring fucking drive. Are you at least enjoying the sights?
Well, yeah, because I've been to Rome, Italy, so I've put like the Colosseum in that drive. I've put Roman ruins. I've put the Met in New York City, the Metropolitan Museum of Art in it. And yeah, I mean it seems like the drive keeps getting longer and longer, and I'm not in a vehicle. That's the weird thing. But I am moving.
Like the magician.
Yes.
I'm telling you. Well, tonight I'm going to call you 45 minutes before you go to bed and fuck all that shit up.
nightmare.
I'll be like, evil blood-sucking tigers are after your testicles, and then you're going to dream about it.
I will say, though, the moment that I knew I had control was I was in I was being shot at. I was being shot at by multiple people from different angles. And I realized in the dream, consciously, in the dream, I said, this is a dream. I can defend myself. And I looked down at my hands and I put a gun in my hands and I started firing back. And I pushed them away. I'm serious. That's exactly what I did.
Oh, Neo over here. It is him.
Oh,
you just winking at bullets and they're falling out the sky.
It's funny. Ding, ding. To kind of get into the science of it a little bit, I'm going to work a little backwards. Newer technology, the funny little headgear they put on people and do sleep studies. They've actually found that remembering dreams stems. You've got theta, beta, delta, and alpha waves. I think I'm forgetting one. But you produce large amounts of theta waves in the frontal lobe of your brain. These are the same waves that are seen while you're awake and doing a recollection of memories or anything autobiographical. You're thinking of something that happened during the day, turning short-term to long-term memory, if I'm not mistaken, pulls these theta waves as well. So, with that being said, it is very possible what you're saying. You can control these things if you put in the right amount of practice. There's a few theories on dreaming, some newer ones. Let's back up a little bit. Early civilizations, your Native Americans, Romans, the Greeks, all that, they all believed that dreams held some kind of enlightening power. Native Americans made dream catchers they'd hang up in their teepees and collect. The hope was to collect all the good thoughts, the powerful thoughts, and to keep the bad away. But then, you reach early psychology days, you've got Sigmund Freud's theory, and that one was most widely accepted for the longest time, that your dreams are based on repressed longing, that dreaming allows us to short out through those repressed wishes and kind of come to terms with them. You move a little forward, we've got modern day technology. One of the other newest theories, and I use the term new lightly, is something called activation synthesis hypothesis, which pretty much means dreams don't mean shit. It's just random electrical impulses firing off and pulling a bunch of random thoughts and memories together. It's when we wake up that we try and make sense of it. And then there's the threat simulation theory, and that stems from other creatures as well. Cats, dogs, they dream, but humans do it best. And that threat simulation theory is that your brain, while you're asleep, puts you in all of these predicaments, and while you are sleeping, you assess the situation, the threat assessment, and try and make sense of
Like finger guns.
it. Yeah, you just
Like finger guns.
randomly materialize a gun in your hands and start shooting. So that's where we're at now. Is a lot of people are starting to go with this threat simulation theory, and that's why we have evolved a little bit further than apes and cats and dogs and things like that, mentally at least. So just
Mentally,
yeah.
At least.
Humans aren't as loyal as
I'm
dogs.
a hairy some bitch.
Oh, but I know, Keller, you were watching something. What was it? Huberman Labs. What the hell was that all about?
Yeah. Pretty much going over the same thing. The REM, the REM sleep, rapid eye movement. That's where you dream the deepest and where you would recollect most of your dreams. You have dream states before that. There's like two different ones, and your probability of remembering those is less than when you're in the REM sleep. So, and that's how their studies would go. They would wake them up in each section of their dreams, and then when they woke them up out of REM sleep, it was pretty much like a 90 something percent chance that they're going to remember the whole dream at that point. So that's pretty much what they went through, and then some other scientific stuff that I don't remember because I have a damaged brain from drugs and alcohol. It has ruined my life.
I'm right there with you. One thing that some of the studies I've read all kind of say is that those theta waves, when they do these studies, the people that show the most theta wave activity are usually the ones that are much better at recalling their dreams. So their frontal lobe is more developed, and the brain it's kind of like a muscle. If you haven't done a shitload of drugs and broke those neurological pathways, you can strengthen it. You can practice these things. You can journal. I personally don't believe the whole threat assessment and the whole dreams don't mean shit thing, because why the fuck do I wake up and everything's sticky?
And then you were like, vasectomy now.
I'm gonna get someone knocked up in my dream world. I'm paying 15 different child supports.
Somebody getting pregnant tonight.
All right, Tracy Morgan, calm down.
Y'all like psychology?
You is a fuzzy bug.
I agree with that though. I agree that there is some sort of meaning. It may not be it may be superficial, a meaning. It may not have a impact on your daily life or your physical life, but I do believe there is meaning to your dreams. I've talked to my dead relatives in my dreams. I talked to my grandfather. My grandfather told me that tell my mom that he's okay, that everything is okay.
What? They've never visited me. They must not like me.
And it was hard for me to distinguish between if it was a dream or was it actually, a presence.
happening.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
Um,
very possible.
I tend
Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
I tend to believe that it was a dream, having being, Catholic and faith based in a lot of my beliefs. I do have a skepticism as well, towards the science. So I do tend to believe there is a scientific reason.
Oh yeah, my wife has those all the time, Mike. I'm telling
Scientific reasons.
you. No, she's just like, you cheated on me in my dream, and I'm gonna be mad at you for the rest of the fucking day. That shit's real.
Oh.
And I'm like, I've never cheated on you. She's like, yes, you did. I saw it. She just told me that. And then her dream she just had from a nap, she got up and she's like, because we got that new sleep number bed, and she just took a nap on it for the first time and passed the fuck out. And she comes out and she's like, I thought you said my dreams were going to be better. I went to jail.
And somebody raped me.
She says she went to jail in her dream for having a little bit of weed in a weed pen, like a vape weed pen.
She had a 90s
and
dream.
she was smoking her regular vape or vaping it, and then she switched over to the other one and hit it, and then she said out of nowhere this Karen just comes out and she's like, I'm telling on you. And she said, she's like, it's just a little bit. And then she said all of a sudden she was like, had her hair in a towel like she just got out of the shower. And she's like outside, and then the police come and arrest her, and my daughter's there, and she's like, I'm so disappointed in you.
Fuck. Oh,
so the question is, does she take anything away from that besides yelling at you?
it fucking hurts to cough. I just got to throw that in there.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if she took anything away from it, but it's not like she even smokes weed or anything else. So I don't know.
Maybe she really wants to, but she's scared to do it because someone's going to yell at her for having a little bit.
Maybe that's
Oh,
it.
That could be
Maybe
it.
the daughter would be like, yeah, nope, you're going to jail.
The interpretation, the mind interprets what it wants to at that point, I think.
Well, that's something I was going to say. Something worth mentioning is you don't necessarily dream or at least recall them unless you've actually hit rapid eye movement. And I'm pretty sure I have sleep apnea from years of abuse to my nose and my lungs. So it's very rare for me to recall dreams. But one thing I did want to talk about is reoccurring dreams. One dream I always used to have as a kid, and this was from age 5 to hell, probably I want to say about 10 years ago. And it wasn't every night. It was just like maybe once or twice a year. I was Frankenstein. I don't know what the fuck. It was first person view. I can see my dead hands. And I was in a field, a flat field, grassy field. But it's like it was almost like a Connect 4 board laying down. There were holes in the ground like a grid. And I would walk. I know these fucking holes are there, but for some goddamn reason I fall in them. And I'm Frankenstein, so I'm struggling to get the fuck out of there. And I get out. I take 2 more clumsy steps and fall right back into a fucking hole. And it's just a night of climbing out of holes and then falling in them and climbing out of holes. And I wake up. I'm like, I'm fucking tired.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
And not much has changed when you woke up.
No.
Still Frankenstein.
Falling into holes and digging your way
Yep.
out.
Except this time when I go into a hole, I won't get them pregnant.
Oh man, I had a reoccurring dream too when I was little, and I probably had this dream a total of 3 times, but it's the only reoccurring one that I ever remember. And I lived like in a city, like in New York, and I go in to my apartment, and when I open the door, everything's messed up everywhere. There's lamps on the ground and furniture tossed over. I look up, and then there's like this faceless person, and they got a trench coat on, and they have like a black veil over their face, but you can still tell that they're faceless. And I'm like, what are you doing here? So we get into a tussle, and we're wrestling and everything, and they overpower me, and they end up tying me up, and they tie my hands up and tie my feet, and they take me up to the roof of this building, and it's like a super tall building. And so they go out there, the wind's blowing. I'm like, what? You don't have to do this. What are you doing? And next thing you know, they throw me off the building, and I'm just like flying down there. And then all of a sudden, the flagpole's sticking out, and my ropes on my hands catch it. So I'm like just dangling there, bouncing, but slowly getting closer to the end. And then all of a sudden, I drop, and I'm just falling, falling, falling. Right before I hit the ground, I wake up,
Yep.
and literally my little body is like bouncing on the bed, like I finally hit when I wake up. And I've had that dream like 3 times. It was so weird.
Have you heard the theory that if you hit the ground and you die in your dream, if you see yourself die, you actually die?
No, I've never heard that.
I don't. I've. It's it's one of those urban legends.
I've heard that.
I've heard it, and obviously I have no idea if it's true or
I
not.
remember
but-
being a kid and getting stepped on by a T-Rex in my dream, and my guts came out and everything, but before I breathed my last breath, I woke up. I had just watched Jurassic Park, where he talks about life finds a boat.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
You need a bigger boat.
Ugh.
Well, I think that's the one with Bret Michaels in it, right?
Yeah, Bret Michael and the Heartbreakers.
Yes.
What about you, Mike? What's
So
your craziest dream?
Well, my craziest dream
Or reoccurring? Either or.
The recurring one is a crush I've had my whole life, and it's just me and her just getting together. Just it's that warm, loving feeling of being together. And as I'm leaving my REM sleep, as I'm leaving, that she slowly starts fading away. And every time I wake up, I wake up yelling her name, come back.
God damn, man.
And
Come back. Like my cousin, come back. Don't go.
Yeah.
Don't go back.
and it I wake up out of it, and I'm always just it hurts so bad, because it never happened. And unfortunately, in real life, I don't talk to her anymore.
Oh shit. So you used to wake up just screaming, Medea!
So your brain is torturing you sometimes, tugging at your heartstrings.
Well, the nice thing is I get those moments in the dreams, and those I cannot control. Those just come to me out of nowhere. I've never been able to actually put myself back into it like I've done with every other dream. It's you're right. It is painful, but at the same time, it is a nice place to be. And I think that stems from my longing to be in a relationship and have a happy life.
So you think
a wife?
Think old Sigmund Freud has some truth to his theory to this day, despite research?
I do.
I do too.
I think he was a crazy cocaine taking.
Yeah,
genius.
you got ghosts in your blood. Do cocaine about it. That was the remedy back in the day.
Right. Have a little Coca-Cola.
Cocaine gum. Good shit. I wouldn't waste cocaine with gum. But anyway, something worth talking about, because it fits both how we started this show and the dreams. When I was in the military, I was going through basic training, and I never got it confirmed, but every service member I talked to has confirmed and at least agreed with me. They put something called saltpeter in the water. And when you're
Yes.
in the military in basic training, they make you drink those cups. At least in the Air Force, you drink your glasses of water and you turn them upside down to prove that you drank them. I didn't see my dick for a month, or at least in his most powerful Super Saiyan form. I did not get a fucking erection whatsoever. I did not dream. I mean, you couldn't dream. You're going to bed at 10 o'clock. You're waking up at 3:30 in the morning, if not sooner than that. You're not sleeping well. Well, long story short, and to leave out some details that's none of anyone's fucking business, I ended up going to medical hold while in basic training. And they can't fuck with your chemicals in medical hold. So the water you get and all that, there's nothing added to it. So after about 2 weeks of being in medical hold, I went to bed. I had a nice dream. I don't remember what the hell it was about, but whoever was in this dream with me knew how to fuck. I woke up, everything was sticky. I looked down, I'm like, oh shit, I haven't seen you in about a month. What's up, buddy?
It was your drill sergeant. That's what it was.
So I think that goes hand in hand with the repressed urges and the longing.
Hand in hand.
It's, I was definitely missing that.
Oh man,
And
I've had go ahead.
Go ahead, Geller. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I've had a crazy like sex dream like that where I was on like an island and it was literally like tribal women from the Wonder Woman movie where they were after me to have sex with me and pretty much did, but then they were all had to get impregnated by me, but in the end they were going to kill me. So it was like fearful for my life, but at the same time and enjoying it. And then it was like, oh, but now I gotta run.
Oh no, please
We're
stop.
running through these fields and they're like throwing those things with the rope and the balls on to catch your feet together and stuff like that, trying to catch me. It was wild.
Oh no!
Very
Please
enjoyable.
stop. I don't want to have any more sex.
Oh no.
No.
It was kind of like that.
Don't make me do anymore, please.
Don't hand me that bottle of Viagra.
Oh man, what were you saying, Mike? Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to comment on one of my childhood dreams, similar to Jeremy's. I had a pool growing up in my backyard, and the best way, I guess, to describe it would be a dinosaur-like creature took over the pool, and it made it its own. It made it its home, and it burrowed into the grass and things, and it just created this. It wasn't really a nightmare, but it was just kind of like a fearful sort of thing, and that recurred for a while as a child, and that was, I mean, early on, I was 5-6 years old around when I was having those dreams.
Now your dreams are just lame as hell. You're like knitting a sweater out of your grandmother's pubic hair so you can lay there and watch documentaries on different breeds of house cats. While you float down the highway of New York.
Yes.
Oh.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right, I'm done cutting you off, Jeremy. You can talk now.
I was gonna say, how are we feeling about dreams? You guys got anything else to add, or any thoughts you want to share on the matter before we change topics?
That's
What was the other topic?
Well, I wanted to introduce my newest segment that I'm going to do either every episode or every other episode. We may want to do more segments in the future, so we'll try this one out, see how it goes. What do you guys think? You ready for that boring bullshit?
Let's do it.
All right. So, before I get into this, you guys know that June is Men's Mental Health Month?
Yes, it is.
No, I didn't know that.
I actually learned
because
about
no
it.
one gives a shit.
Hang on, I'm getting there. I actually learned about it this fucking month. And Mike, you and I have we've been to therapy. You know, we've tried to become emotionally intelligent men. And I've never fucking known that we had a Health Awareness Month. Do you know when Men's Health Awareness Month was signed into law?
Last week.
No.
Damn, you beat to it.
It's going to surprise the shit out of you.
1935.
No, not that surprising. 1994. Bill Clinton signed it into law.
Bill Clifton?
Bill Clinton, yeah.
I am not here right now.
Here's the thing that gets me, and I gotta say this first. I am all for the gay rights movement. I think everyone has the right to be just as miserable as every other married fuck. I'm all for it. My only thing is, couldn't you take July or August, something like that? I mean, come the fuck on. You want to know the ironic part? Do you know when Pride Month was signed into law?
Last week?
1999 by Bill fucking Clinton. So he had a fucking brain fart. I guess he was too busy getting the fucking presidential boys cradled in Monica's mouth.
I was say Monica was doing her job.
Fuck yeah. He's like, oh, well, I mean, yeah, I didn't have sexual relations, but at the same time, you gay people can. So...
All right.
But what pisses me off and inspired me to do this segment is men's health is
better than being pissed on.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you're into, but we don't kink shame unless it's shit. You derailed me,
unless
damn it.
It's
Alabama Hot Pocket.
No. What was it? What was the other one? The Hot Carl.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My audio clip got cut off. For those of you who don't know, when you do anal and then switch to tit fucking, it's called a chili dog. So just wanted to make sure that was heard, because that's important. But no, men's mental health, I don't feel it's taken seriously. Not all women. I don't want to ever group everyone in the same category here, but
all of them.
It's not taken seriously. We're supposed to be the silent, strong creatures that just take the beating and fucking deal with it. We've always been told growing up, stop crying, man up, keep moving. And that's the difference between toxic masculinity and just being masculine. You don't have to be a bitch and cry and, oh my God, but you at least need to recognize your feelings and express them intelligently. That's what masculinity is about. It's not about being the alpha male and strutting your shit. It's about being able to have a conversation. I can have a sad conversation with my girlfriend, or family members, things like that, without busting into tears, but still expressing at the same time that I am sad. I've got some issues. This is how I am feeling. And at least expressing that. So with that being said, I'm going to start this new segment. We all voted on it, and what won is this segment is called Wang Wisdom. So pretty much what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about everything from sex toys to techniques to men's mental health, anything like that. And what I also want to do is open it up to the audience and you guys as well. If there's ever any topics or anything like that you want to talk about, if you've got a question or a situation, please comment, post, get a hold of us. You know how to do it. We're on all the social medias. It doesn't matter where you post it, but do so. And we'll definitely talk about it if we feel like it.
Like, comment, subscribe, put it in the comments. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Give us something we may not even know about.
No.
And if it's a serious situation, we'll hand it over to Mike, and I promise I won't make fun of you.
He's a liar. But no, I feel that men need to be better educated.
And then we'll send Keller to therapy.
I need it, I'm sure.
No, the goal of all this...
Go ahead.
Men need to be better educated, and you shouldn't fall victim to the stigmas that we can't talk about this stuff. You don't have to go to a therapist. I mean, hell, you don't even have to confide in your woman, but us guys need to stick together. As much as we joke around and shit like that, I know if I call you, or if I call Mike, if I call Keller, hell, if I call Byron or my brother and just say, hey, look, I really need to have a serious fucking talk. I need to talk to someone. I know you guys will be there. You might crack some fucking jokes or
sure.
threaten to rape me, things like that, but at least I know you're listening.
Yeah.
But
having a support system is very, very key.
yes,
In whether you're talking about your mental health or not, having a good support system, having your friends to go to, that's a good starting point too, Jeremy. Having your friends to go to start and to bounce ideas off of is very, very emotionally and mentally strong.
yes, and this isn't just a full mental health segment. I want you to go to your boys about everything. We're grown fucking men. If you can't seem to get your wife off and you don't know what the hell to do, talk to your buddy. Hey, you got any techniques? You got any suggestions? I mean, what I'm going to talk about today goes along those lines. Some men are too proud to use toys, or maybe they feel insecure. It's the way I think of it is, if when we're kids, sure, you can run around the yard, you find a stick, and the stick is a gun, and you're going to play with that, and you're going to play cops and robbers. But isn't it so much better if you actually have like a Nerf gun or something like that? Why the hell are you
I
going?
thought you were going to say real gun.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be better if you had a real gun and shoot little Tommy in the fucking face? Oh. But no, it's
oh shit.
sex is playtime with someone you trust, or at least someone who has mutually agreed to get fucking raw dogged. So why not? If there's a toy out there that's going to make her come that quick and everything's going to be that much fucking better, why would I deny myself or her the satisfaction? So me and my coworkers were standing around talking, and as you guys can probably already tell, not you guys, you two know, because I've raped you. But I've dabbled.
It was
in,
consensual.
yes, I dabbled in a lot of stuff. So they were all kind of picking my brain and each other's brain and sharing stories. And one of them was asking, where do you start with that? And I started suggesting, some rope play and things like that. And my coworker kind of taps me on the shoulder. He seemed shy about it. He says, hey, Jeremy, what about cock rings? I'm like, well, shit. That is actually a damn good place to start. So this first little wing of wisdom, we're going to talk about cock rings. So I'm going to ask you guys, do you know about them? Do you know what they do? Look at Mike holding up a hair tie.
Yes, I've actually used them too. So turns your dick into a vibrator.
Yeah.
So,
So for those of you who don't know, a cock ring is a ring that's worn around the base of the penis and or the balls, depending on what you've got going on. There's usually 3 types of material. It's either leather, rubber and or silicone, or metal. What I would suggest for you beginners out there, use rubber or the silicone type. It's more of a one-size-fits-all, and I don't care how proud of your dick you are or how insecure. The last thing you want to do is grab a metal cock ring, get the size wrong, and now that fucker is on there, and you've got an awkward trip to the emergency room. So if you're
the blood flow ain't going down.
Exactly. So they're also a lot easier to remove if things go wrong. You can grab some safety shears, which look those up. They're not that expensive. If you're going to do any kind of kink play, keep those fuckers nearby. They're safe for skin, and they cut what needs to be cut, and you don't end up giving yourself a vasectomy.
Unless you want to.
On accident.
Right. Now, some benefits of this, you're probably wondering, what does that do? It can help with erectile dysfunction. So, it helps keep you full, keeps a harder erection. If you've got trouble getting an erection, you can use a pump first if needed, and then throw this fucking thing on there, and it's going to hold that. But keep in mind, too much swelling isn't a good thing. So if it starts turning purple, or, if you're black, I don't know what color it turns, you need to take the fucking thing off. So, sorry guys, I don't mean to sound.
I'm not touching that one. I'm not touching that.
I don't have a black dick.
All right, next week Jeremy will be replaced by our new our new African American co-host.
We need to get Clark on
Byron.
here.
Denzel.
Oh shit!
But it's going to slow the blood flow. It's going to help you last longer. So for some of you 2-minute guys like myself, this will help you. It'll keep you harder for longer. Hell, it'll even keep you harder after you've already shot your children into her booty hole. And it can give you more powerful orgasms too. So it should not hurt. So if it hurts, something's wrong. But
And stop.
Yeah, stop
If
immediately.
it hurts, stop. Exactly.
It's not worth cutting off circulation to your boy and having to have a Lorena Bobbitt pulled at the hospital.
Yeah.
So you want to try and limit it to 20 minutes. That's one of the most important things. Don't wear it for more than 20 minutes or else you're going to stretch out those capillaries, and that could actually fast track you to erectile dysfunction. So that is very important. If you're going to play with this stuff, 20 minutes, and that's it. Now, in order to really do any kind of tissue damage, you got to have that fucking thing on for about an hour or more. But why go to 40 minutes? Just stop it at 20. Don't be a dumbass. But they also have, like you were saying, Keller, vibrating cock rings so you can stimulate the elusive clitoris. But use your imagination. They're toys. You can wear it on your fingers. She can put it on her tongue while she blows you. I mean, they're toys. Have fun, kids.
Well, not kids. We're not
endorsing
the kids.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Cancel.
Good thing.
Jesus, Jeremy.
Cancel.
Have fun, adult kids.
Okay, that's a little better, I guess.
Well,
a little bit.
And that's Wang wisdom from Jeremy Pope, aka Monsignor.
You holding up that hair tie though, Mike?
I still have no idea where that came from. Clue.
I got desperate one time and used a hair tie, and this shit got all caught in my ball hair and everything else. It was really uncomfortable. I ended up cutting that thing off. I was trying to pull it off. I was pulling the hair. Oh fuck! This isn't good. So you use approved toys. Don't use rubber bands and hair ties.
Ew. I got a tool here, Jeremy. It helps me pretty much analyze your dream that you had earlier.
Here we go.
I have a few questions to ask you though that I have to input into this thing. Okay.
Oh, we got to do multiples then. We got to do multiple. You, me, Jeremy, everybody.
Okay. In your dream, is it color or black and white?
Color.
Okay. All right. Let me see here. All right. In your dream, was it peaceful or were you in danger?
It depends. Usually it's peaceful.
Let's go with your last dream.
Your last dream.
Last dream I was in danger.
Okay. And do you know what position you were in when you were asleep? If you lay on your back, side?
I was on my side.
Side. All right. Then last question, did you eat any spicy food before you went to sleep?
No.
Okay. All right, let me hit the calculate button. All right, it says that your dream means that your mom's a bitch.
I knew you were going there. I knew it. No, in the back of my mind, I'm like, he's duping him. I know he's going to.
You know, I had to warn my fucking mother not to listen to this podcast because she'd want to kick you in the pussy.
Just like old times.
Do you actually have a dream analyzer webpage? Because that actually
No, not at all.
That would be
Not
kind of
even-
cool though.
Yeah, it might be. I was trying to just take time to come up with random dream questions.
So bad in my balls.
Uh,
God.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Dream
you got one for
interpreter
real.
AI. I got one for real, actually.
okay.
All right. It's asking for just enter the dream. So
Oh, it's gonna be like, was there a fox? And
right.
the fox means that in Chinese that you like chopsticks in your anal cavity.
Oh man. Well, we are running a little short on time, Mike. Do you think this one would take a while, or you think we got time to do it?
I'm typing mine in as we speak. Spending time with a lost love, and she slowly fades away, and I wake up and
Start masturbating profusely.
yeah, yelling for her name. Let's see what the dreaminterpreter.ai is this website. Let's see what it interprets it as. And it is thinking, and it's actually available in the App Store. So the Dream Interpreter AI says that I am drifting into oblivion, reuniting with a lost love only to watch her vanish as I call out her name in desperation. Dreams about spending time with a lost love often symbolize unresolved feelings or emotions related to that person. The slow fading away could represent the feeling of loss or the realization that the relationship is in the past and cannot be reclaimed.
Oh. Then
That's pretty spot on, but that's
yeah.
something I already knew, obviously. But yeah,
Well,
Then in quotations it says, in other words, you're a bitch.
Jeremy's mom's a bitch.
I was going to say something nice, but you know what? Fuck you both. Oh. Oh.
Oh man.
Before I forget, we calculated the totals for the poll, for the decision that needed to be made last episode. If you don't know what the fuck we're talking about, maybe you should listen to episode 5 and you would know what the hell's going on, everyone. But for those of you who do, the decision that won the poll was the pigeon wearing the cowboy hat and wearing fishnets. So I'm gonna
With human legs.
with human legs, yeah. I'm gonna be starting that in the works, and as soon as it's done, we'll make sure we get pictures up.
What was the final percentage?
It was by a landslide, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of figured.
Yeah,
I think it was 80-20.
I love the idea, by the way.
Thank you.
Love it.
And you're getting this tattoo on your brand new nutsack?
You weren't supposed to tell them what it was, man. No. I'm not touching my nuts with any needles for a long time. Like,
where are you going to get
forever.
it for real? What area?
I'm going to get it on my left arm. Yeah, up by my
Okay.
shoulder, up on my deltoid. So that way I
thought
can
it might be like a stamp tramp.
a stamp tramp?
Yeah, stamp tramp.
A tramp stamp?
Upper, lower back.
I was going to get going up my dick, shake well before each use, but I could only get the word shake.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Just above your or below your waistline must be 8 inches to ride.
Oh my god.
Oh, no one's going to get on that thing.
Exactly.
Oh, well, hey, follow us on all social media. Hit the follow button, hit us some likes, and subscribe on YouTube and any other places that there's a subscribe button. And if you don't, then we will rape you.
Comments. Let's hear it from you.
Yeah, let us know what you want to hear. Let us know what you want to talk about. And if we think it's worth it, we'll talk about it. If we think it's stupid, don't worry. We'll tell you.
Yes, we
live
will.
on here.
All right.
Well, boys,
Gentlemen.
it's been nice.
Always a pleasure.
Peace, motherfuckers.
Holy man.
The Stale Bread Podcast is Daniel Keller, Jeremy Pope, and Michael Koliznik, recorded live at SMG Studios, a division of SMG Communications. Executive producers Michael Koliznik and Tony Skipperson Clark.